Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. I want to talk about Cardano and are the constant delays actually hurting Cardano right now? And what effects has it had on the price? Well, I think most of you can tell it really hasn't had an effect on the price at all. And I don't think the constant delays hurt Cardano as much as other projects. Now, there's like four reasons I see for this. Number one is Ethereum itself. We're talking about Ethereum 2.0, and yet that gets delayed again. So regardless of how much Cardano actually delays, it's still about a year, 2 years ahead of ETH 2.0, and people see that as lead time that Cardano has. You know, the London fork just got pushed back to August 4th, and Ethereum's proof of stake right now doesn't work as well as Cardano's proof of stake, and Cardano's smart contracts are actually on tap for this year, and I do believe with all certainty that they are going to be released in September or at least this year. Now, Ethereum 2.0, those smart contracts, as Vitalik himself said, are like a year or two off. So that gives them the lead time. People are actually not all that scared that Ethereum will release soon after Cardano, because we know it won't. Because like all their current forks and stuff, they've always been delayed by a couple months or even a year. Like remember, Berlin was actually supposed to happen like last year. It actually happened this year. Constantinople was 2 years ago. It became 1 year ago. So a lot of these things get talked about for Ethereum 2.0 and the lead up to 2.0, and they get delayed just as much. And realistically, you're not going to see 2.0 like really become fully functional with smart contracts until at least 2023, in my opinion. The other thing is like Cardano does have continual releases. You know, they released Shelly last year. They're releasing parts of Goguen, and people can actually see the progress, those that actually look at the testnet and the mainnet. You know, like Shelly took a very, very long time. I'm not going to say it didn't take a long time. It took a very, very long time. But ever since Shelly's release, people have been getting more confident because they have been getting that 5% on staking on Shelly. And they know that it works, and it works very well. And they've seen like the native assets being released on Cardano. There's a couple of thousand assets that people are playing around with on Cardano. And they're seeing these stages come to fruition. Are the stages delayed? Yeah, sure, they are delayed. But they're making progress one by one. And because the last phase actually launched, they are very confident that this phase actually launches. Another reason is the Charles Hoskinson himself. He is actually a sneaky good marketer. The constant AMAs keep the community involved. They let us know what's going on. So like when he actually announces the delays, yes, there's disappointment, but there's this feeling of transparency. There's this feeling of, you know what, he's still working on it and he's still there. The constant AMAs, yes, I don't really care about his philosophical rantings. Those are pointless to me, but I do listen to him for the news. And he just did another one that was very, very encouraging. So he does announce delays, but he's sneaky encouraging in these announcements. He's like, you know, he pumps people up. He's saying, yeah, at least we got this part out, blah, blah, blah. You know, we'll have this out by then. So he keeps people's beliefs up. Charles is actually a very, very sneaky good marketer. I don't know if he's the best CEO, but he does actually fulfill his role at keeping hype for the community, building up somewhat of a cult-like community, honestly, and building a strong group of supporters. Plus, like, you know, he does hint at partnerships and stuff that keeps kind of like the price up. Now, he doesn't really ever talk about price. He doesn't ever say like Cardano's going to be thousands of dollars. Obviously, there's liability issues there. And obviously, that's not true because Cardano's not going to be thousands of dollars. But he does say, you know, like we have X projects. Like he can't tell you the projects of the NDAs except for like, you know, AGI and a couple of others. But he actually like slides that bit in there like, oh, there's projects coming onto Cardano. You know, like people are going to make use of this. And the constant African news, whether it's private or public chain, keeps people excited. So like the constant AMA updates and the constant stream of news coming out does really actually help. And that is something that other projects can actually learn from to keep like people updated, to keep the community involved. And the thing is, like, the price really hasn't suffered. The Cardano's price has been one of the best performing in all of crypto. You know, it was like pretty much outside the top 10 during the bear market for a lot of the time, and now it's like top 5. So people really don't have much to complain about in terms of Cardano price. And since most of us are actually in it for the money, you can tell why people just really aren't that upset because he hasn't released anything, because the price performance has been great. And it's your fault if you don't cash out now because you had a chance for like 30, 40x ROI. And you still have a chance right now because the price is still pretty decent right now. Another reason is, the last reason I'm going to say is because of the BSC fiascos. We all know how many hacks and problems BSC has had. Now, I think there was actually more pressure before the whole BSC fiascos for Cardano to keep up their releases and launches. But now, since that's happened, people are going to be a little bit more lenient because they're seeing what it can do if you release a product before it's actually ready. You're running into regulatory issues. You are running into hacks and like scams all the time. You're running into rug pulls, and people see the importance of heavy auditing and heavy code checks. So they're more welcoming to Cardano's code checks because they'd rather have a project delayed and ready and not have all these issues rather than have a project released prematurely and have all these issues. So BSC, even though like it's pumped up massively in price, it's actually helped Cardano be and its members be more accepting to delays. So like, and part of that is because like, you know, the members are almost kind of the true believers are almost kind of cultish. They really believe in the project. I believe in the project too, maybe not to that extent, but I believe in the project as well. But the BSC fiasco really, really has actually made people realize that you can't release a product before it's ready. And Ethereum's had its problems as well. So all those things actually play in. And that's why Cardano's constant delays aren't too much and they won't affect the price. And plus, you know, if you're a Cardano investor, you should actually be kind of happy for these delays because the delays just basically keep the hype up in anticipation of the release. So as long as like people are anticipating something is going to release and they believe in the project, the price will at least hold consistent, if not pump up as we get closer to the date. So no, the releases really haven't hurt price at all. And in fact, pushing it back little by little has actually helped price grow more. So you got to look at it that way as an investor. So that's why Cardano has been such a great price mover and price in terms of price, it's been such a good investment. So that's my spiel for today. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.